audience here at the Fort Walk by Sharon. For those of you watching on ABC 27 and listening on the IMG Seminole Sports Network, welcome to the show. And, gee, anything going on this weekend that I'm not aware of, Coach? Do we have a close ball? Coach, congratulations, a huge win over Atlantic Division 4.
Great win. I was extremely proud of the way our kids competed in the game. I mean, we didn't always play pretty, but the kids competed, stayed resilient in everything they did, and overcame a lot of adversity and played together, grew together. And I think, I think we're taking steps as a team to get better.
Yeah, you're playing probably, it's amazing. You begin conference play against the team that annually is the toughest that we have faced, a team that if they win, they go to the ACC Championship. We win, we go to the ACC Championship game. And you go in there with a backup quarterback and rallying the team to get ready for that football game, Coach. Congratulations, you and your staff, and the senior leadership on this football team.
It really was. There were some seniors and some upperclassmen juniors that really did a great job. But just overall, I think the other thing is our assistant coaches, how they rallied those guys, kept those guys mentally into the game, and got them prepared to play that game, and just did a tremendous job of, playing each play. That was the one thing. You talk about a game where you just played the next play, competed with everything you had, and went on. That was a perfect example of that.
Going into that game, I know you always want to get the ground game going. Did you expect Sean McGuire to throw the ball 39, 40 times in that ball game?
No, but we knew we'd have to throw it some because they thought they would bunch the box, but then we knew they were good up front. We going to have to make plays down the field. We got to learn to run the football better, and that goes back from us coaching them, and then we had to block a little better, and then we did. Sometimes we'd miss a run, we'd miss a cut. So we got to get our rhythm back in the running game. But, we're throwing the ball much better. Still got to get consistent at that, but very proud of the steps we took in defense and special teams during the week in a lot of areas. And, that's why football's a team game. You got to be good in all three phases, and we did enough to get the win against a great opponent.
Before we go to the phone, we have callers standing by. Before we get to our first call or two on our show tonight, a comment, if you would, about the play of Rashad Green, a fourth-year senior, and he made some big catches and a big reason why we were able to beat Clemson. Rashad Green.
He just clutch, and what I mean by clutch, making plays when you have to make plays. The moment's never too big for him. And he made the guys around him rise to his level in the second half. At halftime, he was very inspirational in the way he got on our guys and motivated them and got them to accept the challenges ahead of us, and knew we had a lot of work to do, and really taking steps forward as a true team leader. And, and another guy in that group was Eddie Goldman. You talk about a guy who stepped up and played one heck of a football game and dominated the line of scrimmage, and emerging as one big-time player too.
Yeah, offense, defense, special teams. We make a 50-yard field goal. They miss two. It adds up to a 23-17 overtime win over the Clemson Tigers. How about them Noles? Huh? Yeah. All right. Our first caller tonight, Coach, is not Bill from Tampa, not Mike from Jacksonville, but Bubba is waiting with bated breath. Bubba's waiting to talk to you from Tallahassee. Go ahead, Bubba.
Jimbo Nation.
Hey, Bubba. How you doing, buddy?
Good, Coach. I just wanted to say FSU's blessed to have you as a coach. And what I was wondering is, if with Coker transferring and Trickett transferring, in a way, wasn't we looking at a fourth-string quarterback that you took care of business with?
Well, we did, but Sean has developed himself into a heck of a player. He was behind those guys at that time because they had more experience and more knowledge of the offense. But talent-wise, Sean is very equal to those guys, and is going to have a great career here. But he stepped up at a big-time moment, competed very well in the game, and kept his poise. Had some tough moments in the game, but just kept playing and was able to do the things he had to do and lead his team. And I tell you what, I liked all night about him. The look in his eye. You can tell if a moment overwhelms somebody when they come across and you talk to him and you communicate with him, what he was giving you back, even when he made mistakes. Okay, I get it. I see that. He stayed in the moment and kept his poise in the game. I'm very proud of him for that.
Okay, Bubba, Jimbo Nation, I like the way he starts the call. Speaking about number 4 quarterback, number 3, number 2, he was 21 of 39, 305 yards. For the third time since you have been the head coach, you had to have a reserve quarterback start against Clemson, and each one of those quarterbacks have passed for 300 or more yards.
Yeah, we've been blessed as far as having some good young guys behind, and I say, accepting the challenge and being ready and being the next man up when your number's called. And that's hard when you're the backup quarterback because that number never comes all the time. In other positions, you rotate guys, you put guys in the game. That's just a different deal, and it's hard. And then all of a sudden, everything's on your back.
It was on Sean McGuire's back, and the spotlight was on Florida State on Saturday night. Overtime went over Clemson, improving to 3-0, the number 1 team in the country. We get ready to go on the road play in Raleigh. And next up is Mike from Jacksonville. Go ahead, Mike. You're on the air with Jimbo.
Touchdown, Florida State.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, guys, how you doing?
Doing
First
good.
of all, I got a lot to get in here real quick. I'm just going to get it all.
You always do, Mike.
First of all, hats off. Sean McGuire played a great game. And, Coach, great coaching game out of you. Great out of your staff and everything. It was real good.
Thank you.
Okay, stats. We're 21 in the country in passing offense, and North Carolina State's 27 in the country in passing defense. Now, on that note, Coach, I went back and I looked at films of our offensive line last year compared to this year. We played two ranked teams. And I'm not talking about the men up in the box. I'm talking about 4 down linemen and 3. We're not moving like we were last year. And we got one man less in Stewart. Did Stewart make that big a difference? That's my question.
Well, your center is your quarterback. He makes calls, he did everything. But Barron is getting us into the right blocking keys, right blocking assignments. Stork was a little more physical inside, but it's not all. You can't say that on Austin Barron. You have 4 other guys who've played a lot of football that just have to play better. They're practicing hard and doing things, but they got to move people and they got to get their double teams. They got to make their blocks also because Barron, he's made some mistakes, but other guys have made mistakes too along that, and we're just completely out of rhythm. And like I said the other day, which is true, there's 3 or 4 times in that game also that we really block a play well, and then we miss a cut. I mean, there's a big lane there to hit a 15, 20, 25-yard gain, and that's what if you can get 2 or 3 or 4 of those in a row and kind of get some rhythm, your guys get confidence and they take off. We just can't seem to get it together right now. We got to do a better job coaching them. We got to help them as a staff.
Okay, Mike, we all raised our arms.
Good point, though, Mike. You're exactly right.
Florida State question about the offensive line moving the ball like we did a year ago. It's a different team. By the way, Coach, a comment, please, on the Clemson defensive line. They returned 11 of their 12 players on that defensive line. Is that not the most experienced defensive line we will see, or any team will see this year?
I would say that, and they had some really good. Vic Bealey's a heck of a player. Vic has developed, and he won his battles at times. Grady inside, Crawford, Barnes. They had a lot of good players. Williams. They had a lot of really good players, but that's the same group we've been playing against. So that's a wash, and we just got to play better. We got to coach better. We got to do a better job of coaching them.
Mike, thanks for your call from Jacksonville. That opens up a line if you want to jump in. 1-877-99-Knowles. The state capital, historic sites, great nightlife, outstanding restaurants, and relaxing hotels to discover all that the Tallahassee area offers. Join us online at visitallahassee.com and plan your escape today. Soon you'll be saying, I heart Tally 2. The Jimbo Fisher Call-In Show, presented by Naples and Infinity, live from the 4 Points by Sheridan, will continue after these messages.